Hello guys, today we're back into our JavaScript, our web page, index.html. Yep, here, right, it is, and with the console. Now, today we're going to be talking about, functions and a few string methods, and also some math methods. So let's start with the math methods. So let's just put in math methods with this comment. Oops. Methods. Now, let's just print out something to the console. Console.log 6 plus 6. So y'all say? Now, it should work. Oh yeah, it's in no verbs. So now we got 12, right? So now it's not going to be any sort of like methods, but okay. So yeah. So now if you add a string with the number like this, let's say, then it just turns the number into a string and it just adds them by string concatenating. 6h. Now this can also be a number, but it's still a string because it's in those quotes. Now, what if we added like a number before it too? Now I must be thinking it must be 666, but since this was in the beginning, it still has to evaluate. Well, it was 66 before because it didn't have anything to evaluate. But since this is not a string, there's something to evaluate first before concatenating. So that's why I get 126. If you put this after it, then that's just 666. Oops. Now, yeah, 666. So yeah, so those are about those math methods. Oops. So now let's just put in some string methods. So with the string methods, let's just create a variable that holds a string. A equal to, we got to use the let keyword. Remember, you can't use the let keyword to assign the same variable again. Just assign the same variable again without any keyword. Let str, for string, equal to string. Now, one of the methods is to turn it all uppercase and lowercase. So now let's just print this into the console.log str. So we get string, all good. Now, one of the method is to uppercase. With it, it turns everything to uppercase. String. And if you put anything in it, then it just ignores it. So now there's another method called to lowercase. And the same for lowercase. If you put anything, then it just ignores it. So save. Now it turns everything to lowercase. So now another method is so there's another string method. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, so there's another string method. Okay, so now the other string method is console.log str dot to it's a slice method. Now for real, with the slice method, you can slice any string with one index value, which is the starting index value, to the second index value, which is the last index value. Let's say 5. Actually 4. Still save, and ta-da, you get read. Now remember, the last index value does not count. So now we can just turn back to this. So win instead of string. Now there's another method which is actually called the replace method. Now with the replace method, you just type in one argument, and yeah. So let's say str part of the string. Okay. Then it replaces the first argument part of the string with the second argument part. So now I get 1, 2, 3 ing. Now also, and if you like put in some sort of first argument which isn't in the string, then it just pretty much like ignores it because there is nothing, because that first argument isn't in the string. Okay, so yeah, so that's another argument, like, you know, not argument, I mean like a method. So now comes the last method, which is the char@at method. str.char@. And now let's just put in, so with the char@at method, you have to like put in an index value and take that index value character. So let's just put in index number 5, str save, and you get G because G is in the index number 5. Now there's a shortcut to doing it, which is just using square brackets and then typing in the index value in it. And then it brings the exact same value. Okay, oopsie, I mean not period. Yeah, so you get the exact same value. So now, yeah, so those are string methods in math in JavaScript. So now let's just like, you know, come to functions in JavaScript. Okay, so the way functions work is we have to use this keyword called function in the beginning of the line. Then you have to put in the name of the function. Let's just put in name because this is just an example. Then you use these brackets. And after that, you just put in curly brackets and then you click enter. Now, after this, which you know, okay, so after this, you just put in like whatever's like sort of thingies in it. So inside, now you can just print in print, like console. This is the console. Secure save. Now, it doesn't actually though bring like return anything because we only like you know made the function, but we didn't call it. So now let's call the function. Secure save. Ta-da! You get it. This is the console. Now you can also use the brackets for arguments. Let's just put in param1, cause you know parameter 1. Param1. Let's just put in p1 actually. Actually, let's just put in p for parameter. Now let's print out p. And since the p is a variable saved like within the function, then you can just put in p. Now, if you don't put anything, then the variable is just automatically undefined. So now I'll just put something. Ta-da! You get it. So yeah, so that's pretty much like it of this video. So you learn about 2 things. Like 3 things, some math rules and JavaScript functions and JavaScript methods of strings. So bye-bye guys, see you next time.